Guys, so we're on the 6th installment of this album cover series. This is going to be looking like a familiar opening scene because we had a similar one last time, only we did not have this version of the face area. This is an amended nose that we looked at a lot in the last video. And we've got the updated hair. As you see, the shape's just different. We've got the lips and nose area all merged together as one object. And I literally have just placed it. And I'm just tweaking, pulling the points ever so slightly. Because, yeah, that's what we were doing. We're just bringing everything to its elevated point. What to expect in the next finishing videos is just this all coming together. As you see now, we have the hair, we have the updated skull as well, the updated nose, and I'm just looking at it. We had all the different lengths of hair, and yeah, just expect to see all these things that were tweaked and done. We're going to be exploring fonts because we haven't really looked into that all too much. And hopefully you guys can really just see by the end of it where we started and where we've ended and how we got there. I am messing with the socket here because think about it, an eye socket is just like this vacuum. So I wanted to change the opacity a little bit to make it darker. It's a small detail, but these are precisely the things that I didn't bother with on that final first draft that you saw a few videos ago, but that you definitely want to bother with now. Just like the teeth. So for some of you sharp-eyed viewers, you may have noticed when I was juxtaposing the final draft with one of the newer final versions of the whole thing, there were more teeth. And that's because I did this again. I looked at it and I really wanted to add more teeth. When I had done these teeth, which unfortunately we lost in the corrupted file, me actually creating the teeth, I always thought, I bet there's more, or I should have more. And some of it's about, I guess you have some creative room to move. This is not real. But I did think I might want to go back at these teeth. And just like on some of the other bones, like the ones you can see in the neck, I showed that kind of vacuum, that like darker space in the center. This is what I thought I should explore with teeth. I also thought I want to make sure they're not crooked. I started messing around with the spacing because, yeah, I mean, we've got every element now. So this tooth, I remember thinking the root was a little too pointed compared to some of the others. And all throughout these videos, I noticed this, like before, but it just wasn't the biggest thing to focus on. So when we had like the entire hair to do and the whole nose area of the face, that's a more important detail than this. But after you've done that, this is precisely the time to go back to those and just, you know, exercise all of your extra over-the-top tweaking, because this is the time to do it. And that's what we're doing now. So I've just tweaked the points on that tooth. I'm gonna shift them around a little bit. And ultimately, I just want it to be a little bit sharper, a little more consistent, and not to have any noticeable iffy spaces. So I am just gonna shift these teeth around, move them in size and shape a little bit, and make sure they're all coming together. And so I literally just been dragging and dropping them closer to each other, as you guys can see, and that did leave some spaces. So I've thought, because I mean in real life your teeth are very close to each other, I'm going to draw an extra tooth. So we're just looking at this in a sped up time, but this is the final teeth that you will see, and we've literally just sped it up because it's the same things. I'm using my white selection tool, I'm using my pencil tool, I'm using the white selection tool just to move the points, and I'm zooming in and out to get a clear picture of my entire canvas. You see, I'm just moving them all to make the space make sense. The spacing, we don't want unequal spacing. And now I'm doing that great habit again of saving what I've done. Okay guys, don't be alarmed. You've probably noticed there's a little bit of a change. This is the final draft, which I'm bringing back up because I'm referencing it for the cup part. As you see, there have been some additions. We can see the hand here. We can see more of the spine and kind of the top of the back. The text has changed. There's a cup now, and you just saw me bring in the juice from the final draft as my reference. So I have to apologize a bit again. Some of these clips where I was working on the spine, I was messing with the text colors a bit, and this whole new cup were lost in the corrupted files. But don't worry, because the best is yet to come. We are going to see this isn't the final cup or juice, and we are going to see some of those other details. I've now actually made the colors of the juice in this newer version the same as our final draft one. That little thing splatter you see above it. I wanted to see what elements from the final draft were working still. I did like those colors. I wanted a splash of color in this, and I basically want to see if it still works for where we are now. This is what you should do, really. If you have a less refined version, see what still works, see what is irrelevant and is not elevating the design, and if it doesn't work anymore for what you're trying to do, cut it out. This part is super fast because it's a waste of you guys' time to watch it in real time. Yeah, now I'm just trying to mess with the text a bit. You saw I went to a plain white bubble font, which I do like. It's very striking against the background, but as I said, the client wanted a bubble font, and I did find an improved one. And here I'm just trying to imitate that first one again to see if those colors still work from the final draft that I had done, but now with this bubble font. And here I'm just literally hand drawing some colors to see if I can make a bit of a patriotic reference as well. Again, this is all about trying to make the lyrics, like make a nod to the lyrics in the cover. I mean, that's really my point, to present the song or themes of it. I'm just trying different colors. I wanted to mess around with it. I basically want to extract some of the colors that are like in this juice and have some of those themes. At one point I was thinking of doing the flag colors because it talks about America, just multicolor. And here I just did this quick tweak because I wanted the liquid to look like it was tapering, like it was actually going down compared to the base of the glass, which has a lot more on it. And we're gonna look at next the other last tweaks and changes that got us to this point. And I just like to thank you guys for joining me. We are at the last leg, and we're finally gonna see a whole look at the finished version of this. Thank you all for joining. Let's just keep exploring. Let's keep creating.